Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Tonight we're going to be interviewing Jody. Now this guy is, the amount of businesses that he started out, I don't think I've known, it's amazing the amount of businesses he's done. But he's also won BASA awards, he's won the Gold Berry, the Silver Berry for marketing and advertising, and he's also been nominated as one of the best Jewish in the world.
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay, we'll go South Africa. I was going to go to the world, but that's good. Guys, can you please stand and give a massive round of applause for Jody? Come on, there we go, there we go. We're good.
You don't mind me?
No.
It's been a long day.
Okay, so there's a question. So thank you for joining us.
Sure, this is an amazing turnout. I'm very impressed.
We actually sold 120 tickets, and I saw a few tweets coming through, and the guys were like, no, why? So we opened up another 20. Needless to say, the Townhouse Hotel were like, guys, this is really pushing the limits here. But we managed to get everybody in, and I think it's a really awesome turnout. So thank you very much. Okay. Tell us about yourself. You started in East London. Born and bred.
Actually born in Queenstown, which everyone knows where that is. But
I can't
there we go! From Queenstown. Yeah, fantastic.
Good.
I was
It's all good. Perfect.
with
I don't know
those-
if you picked her up because she was on the
Fantastic.
I don't think he doesn't need that stuff.
I left there when I was 8. So I was at Queens, and then I went to East London, studies. Just East London. Great. Yeah, I went to school. I went to Queens, and then I went to Selborne, and spent my youth there.
And
a fantastic time.
How did you enjoy Selborne? You know the key ceremony and
No, I wasn't very good at this stuff.
no, you was the fourth child. You must have been on the fourth child.
Yeah, I played a bit of rugby.
What is your favorite rugby? Did you do the rain?
No.
I was going to go guessing the rain. And then after East London, you decided, okay, I'm going to study.
Yeah, I guess I was 17 when I left East London and I came to UCT. I was very fortunate in East London. I grew up in a real solid business environment. I think my old man was involved in the supermarket. He was the sheriff of the port.
That's
butcher shop.
Did you ever get out of trouble?
Yeah, good. He used to trade in dry sky. We had ups and downs. We had a clothing store. So we had a real adventure. I think my first memories are making biltong actually in his butcher shop. So that was, some of the first ventures I had, and I was very, very grateful to him. He really gave me a solid business background. So I came to Cape Town when I was 17 and studied at UCT.
What did you study?
I studied at Bcom and the GDA, and then trained to be a chartered accountant. But I wasn't a very good chartered accountant.
Did you finish?
I did finish. I actually
You're not one of those reprobates that actually made a success out of it.
Now I feel you've got to finish things. Everything's a circle. Finish it, and then you can start a new one. That's one of my philosophies.
And you carry that across in business.
In everything I do. Maybe you can make the circle a bit smaller, but you always got to finish things.
You can't just say, oh look, I finished going the circle, I'm pretty sure I finished this.
But I left actually 3 o'clock afternoon, I qualified. I was out of it. It wasn't good skills. I learned a lot. I learned a hell of a lot.
It must have helped you in your business.
Yeah, up to a point. I was at Ernst Young, I was auditing, and the auditing profession, I don't know if there will be any auditors. Any auditors here? Or not. Always looking at last year's results, but it's too late. It doesn't matter what happened last year, it's finished, it's over. You can run, start back. from down the street, it's not going to change just yet. So that's all I think. So it was not a thing.
Okay, and then you went overseas to London.
I actually finished half my articles in London.
Okay.
And at the time, I was sitting next to this gentleman, and I said to him, listen, I'm out of here, I'm going to go start a business. You want to come with? Let's go start a business. It was like that Jerry Maguire movie in a way. And I said, come with, let's go start a business. And he still sits next to me. That's 22 years ago.
22, wow. You guys must have had a few discussions with it.
Yeah, you know,
Heated discussions.
a lot of people say partnership is a very difficult thing to make work. And if you get it right, it's the strongest form of business ownership that you'll get.
So you think if you didn't have that partner, the market would be going to...
I mean, we disagree, as Paul and George will know that here today, we disagree on a lot of things all the time, but I think that's a good thing. Because if you agree with everything I said, why would I need partnership? I wouldn't need someone. It would be a waste of time.
You can bounce ideas with each other.
Yeah, bounce ideas. And, I mean, if we have a board meeting, it's a minute long. I walk to next desk and say, what do you think? Do it done, resolution passed, finished, we won.
Brilliant.
And you need to in business these days because it's so dynamic. And it's a lot quicker than 10 years ago. I mean, we were sitting this morning doing some forecasts for the River Club at the Daddy Brand Day. I actually said this is a waste of time. Utter waste of time. There's no point doing it because we don't know the variables we're going to be faced with in 6 months' time. We can do maybe 2-3 months forecasts, but I think in business today, that's about it, in my opinion. I really think it's a little different. That's why I cashed it yesterday. Actually, I had 2 disciplinary hearings in my first 2 weeks.
Your first 2 weeks? We should actually ask you, how many disciplinaries have you had? You've had none. It starts with 2. Okay. Now, you decided to come back, but then you started a business in London.
We started a well research. We started a tax structuring business, myself and Nick, and we built that up for a couple of years. And got a fantastic offer to sell the business, and cashed in, and we made, at the time in our mid-20s, which was a small fortune, and invested shares and stocks all over the world in mutual funds, and very, very successfully halved that in 6 months. And then I came out and said,
You love that.
so we really saw our backside.
And was it through why? Why?
Because I wasn't sure how to invest in the stock market, so I gave my money to fund managers, mutual funds, and investors who knew less than me.
No.
So I don't believe in giving the money. So I'll lose my own money. I don't need other people to lose my money.
What's the thing about the last thing,
I mean, that says it all. The monkey, every year the monkey beats the top analyst. The monkey that randomly just, they have a dartboard with all the top shares and it just spins around and it's a virtual monkey, it just throws darts at the board and it picks shares and every year for the last 4 years running that's beat the top investment analyst.
That guy's using this
So I believe in being master of my own destiny. So it was a good lesson to learn in my early 20s. But that was the reason I decided I took a big one.
Last whole day compared to here, coming back was it like, whoa.
We live in the best place in the world. This is fantastic. Cape Town's paradise.
Ooh, give her up, Cape Town! Yeah.
I actually, when we built the Grand Valley Hotel, I wrote on the walls, welcome to Cape Town, it's beautiful here. Just to remind, on all walls, the whole way up, it's still on there, just to remind myself every day. Because it's easy to forget. I've been to many, many places. I haven't seen better.
What is the most craziest place you've ever been?
Varanasi in India. I was telling George earlier, it's an absolute madhouse. It's an amazing, beautiful, spiritual place, but it's crazy. Bodies burning, it smells like a grind. There's thousands of people everywhere. It's crazy.
That sounds crazy.
But if you actually sit back and you see these hundreds of thousands of people, and they're very spiritual, and it's absolute chaos. But if you just quiet, you can see it actually flows. It actually flows. And the people there are infinitely happier than we are, because they are content with what they have. And that's true wealth.
Okay.
You got to go there to actually feel it as an experience. I've been to some other crazy places. That's
Africa. You've been to Africa.
I've been to some, yeah, I have. With one of my businesses, I travel all over. I'm trying to avoid West Africa. One of my colleagues is going. So that's great. So, yeah, I've been to some crazy places. That's where opportunities are.
Yeah. So you came back, you had half to income, you had to now build that up again.
Yeah.
What
Half
did
my
you do?
cash.
Half the cash. Okay.
Cash in the shares. And then I said to Nick, okay, we've got to make a plan here. We worked so hard and we've only got actually a little bit less than half left. So we thought let's invest into property. And
Wow.
You know, if someone said to me, give them just one bit of business advice, nothing else, I'd say, as young as you are, as early as you are, buy commercial property. And by hook or by crook, pay that bond every month. Because time is your friend in property. Catches up, rents escalate, and you can build up a portfolio. And it's quite an easy business, because the harder other people work, the more you actually earn.
And Gary, how do you, I mean, I've got a place, the whole view with the ground.
And you've got large rights to buy in the right areas. So what we did
What
is
sort of you have?
also come to that in a sec. So what we did is we thought the Long Street, that would be a fantastic area. It's vibrant, it's energetic. There's lots of people that are coming there. 70% all tourists pass through there. We thought, let's make this an entertainment strip. Okay? So we bought a property there. Luckily, we bought the upswing in the property prices, and we revalued properties and we remortgaged and we remortgaged the mortgage to pay the mortgage, unmortgaged the mortgage, and the mortgage to pay the mortgage. That's something else. And the property prices increasing. We try to create an entertainment strip, which it has actually become. And
You started Long Street.
yeah, I wanted to create, you might have heard about the closure of the streets.
Yeah.
And that's our project. So I put that proposal into the city of Cape Town about 11 years ago. Still waiting. That's been sitting there. Yeah, so it was tough. I couldn't get tenants there, so we started up some of our own businesses. And we had, just like this, Jamaican bar. Cool Runnings, we had Kennedy's, a cigar bar.
Just now,
But over the years, I've sold all my shares in the businesses. I've just kept the properties and the liquor licenses. I've been very valuable. I've seen in Europe how valuable they are. And now they've stopped issuing them, so the prices and value has got to. But we thought it would create an amazing entertainment strip, and we still will close the streets as soon as I have some time. The energy.
what about dealing with the bicycle, the monthly minimum payment? They just do it. So how about just close the streets? You think that
Well, there's implications. we did do it.
So then you've got some property in Cape Town that you want to get to the.
I mean, yeah, we've got to be very careful. We have to do things properly. There's regulations and health and safety. There's police that have to sign it off. There's occupational safety. So, unfortunately, can't just do it. Well, there's some projects we have.
Okay. Tell us now, you started the Daddy.
We started bought an old building in Long Street because we were focusing on Long Street at the time, and had absolutely no idea what to do with this hotel. And we've got that little video clip which we can show.
Cool.
So before you play that video clip, just I'm not an alcoholic. It looks like on the video. And, they told me we were going to be filming at 2 o'clock that afternoon. I said when it gets to 6 o'clock, I'm going to have a cold beer. They only, as you know, filming, they only started shooting at about 9:30 at night. So I was well oiled by the time that video was. This video clip went to 44 million people in Europe. It was fantastic for our business. So it just tells you a little bit about the Daddy brand. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Be able to do it, actually, what to do with it.
Next up, we stay in South Africa for a visit to Granddaddy and Daddy Longlegs, 2 hotels in Cape Town. The owner, Jody, is super chilled, but clearly super smart too. Here we are. Let's meet him.
Cheers, welcome to Cape Town.
Thanks, Jody. What's the scoop here?
I moved to Cape Town when I was 17 years old to study. Per chance, one day we bought a property about 6 years ago, which we weren't quite sure what to do with. And we thought that would make a really good hotel. Well, that's Daddy Longlegs, the art hotel. We didn't quite know how to design and decorate it, so we thought we'd get artists to do it for us. And that's how our whole art hotel concept was born. The art hotel's got 13 rooms, each designed and decorated by different artists. There's the karaoke room. The karaoke room has got 7 microphones in and a waterproof mic in the shower. There's the Mentos room, Palimpsest, and that room has been done by quite a famous South African poet.
Whew, thirsty work this interviewing.
We also have the Protea room. The emergency room is quite sensual and sexual. That's got a couple of nurses' uniforms in and some doctors' uniforms. We also have photo booth, which has got the 3,500 photographs in. When you look at them from a distance, they create this big face, which is actually the photographer's dad. We have Bean Mac 1, a graffiti artist did that room. We have Travel Dog, it's our dog-friendly room. And then we've got a room that's got sunsets of Cape Town, and that room is called You Are Yeah. There's a room for everyone at Daddy Longlegs.
Anything else we should know?
The communal toilets in the reception area, it's one-way glass. So when you go into the toilet and you're sitting on the loo, you can see everyone in the bar. It's quite disconcerting, but they certainly can't see you.
So what are all these caravans doing up here on the roof?
Well, we're currently sitting on the roof of the Granddaddy Hotel, and what we have around us is 7 vintage Airstream caravans. These are all 1950s, late 50s and early 60s vintage Airstreams. We imported them from America. We found one in South Africa. And each Airstream has been designed and decorated by a different artist.
Very cool. So, this is Daddy Longlegs, your second hotel.
The John and Yoko, that particular Airstream is a tribute to John Lennon and Yoko Ono's peace protest they had in Amsterdam after they got married. They spent a week in a hotel room bed. Most of the caravan is one giant bed, so it's the place where you can just relax and be guilt-free and just spend the whole day in bed. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, I don't really know what to say about that. It follows the nursery rhyme story. It's got 3 chairs, 1 too hard, 1 too soft, 1 just right. It's got 3 bowls in for Mama Bear, Papa Bear and Baby Bear. It's even got what we've termed bearnography, which is bear pornography.
Okay, so that is properly weird.
It's a very, very popular room. A couple of the other Airstreams behind me, we have Love of Lace, which is the honeymoon suite. Polka dots. Dots absolutely everywhere in the caravan. And then behind that is Afro Funk, which has a traditional African flavor. Everything in this park has been done with an eco-sensitive mindset. We try to use recycled materials where possible. Any wood that's been used in the park basically comes from a grown timber and not from a rainforest. We hope to be fair trade accredited soon.
Let's meet some blondes.
Local Cape Tonians here for a trashy trailer park weekend.
Hey, we're in a caravan park, that's part of it.
I'm staying in Polka Dot. We stay in Polka Dot, and it's absolutely amazing. From the
What's that bear doing?
bathroom to the bags and the fridge.
Oh, getting drinks, obviously.
When we purchased this hotel, we came and sat on the roof and we saw the beautiful views and unutilized roof space. We thought, let's build a hotel in the city center. And it really has proved popular. I think the most difficult part was actually getting people to believe in our concept that this is what we were going to do, create an Airstream park on the roof. But I think going forward, when we present some of our more alternative ideas, we should find the road a little easier. It's been a lot of fun. Hard work, a lot of logistics to do this, but it's been good.
Cape Town is great, and these are both truly original concepts and great hotels in their own right.
Next slide.
Yeah, that was very grateful. We had wonderful hotels. We had an amazing occupancy for the months following the release of that.
You took it from 34% to about 95% average occupancy.
It was fantastic.
And there's a whole project as well. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys get some
And it was a very difficult project to get council to buy in. I think it got approval about 2 years ago. Yeah, about 7 years. That's one I had to do.
And that's what you were talking about, actually getting it up there with the helicopter. The helicopter made it.
Yeah, I tried initially to lift with the helicopter, but I didn't realize they got bathrooms at the back, which are heavy. So they started spinning. Nearly lost one. They were very, very, very difficult to get. It's one of the most challenging things I've ever been through.
Yeah,
So, yeah, well, I mean, I decided to do the caravan park on the roof of the Granddaddy, and I didn't want to use normal caravans. I didn't want to put a modern Jurgens or Gypsy out there, so I thought, I remembered a movie, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where I'd seen one of these. So like 2 in the morning, I was on Google trying to find out what they were called, found out they were called the Airstreams, and I thought, when you go to America, maybe buy some, there were tons there, bring them back to Cape Town, build a caravan park. So I phoned my colleague Stefan, I said, book some tickets, let's go to America, and I got there off the airplane, and I couldn't find one. Wow. I didn't realize that vintage Airstreams are collector's items in America. So they still make new ones, but they're not about the same. They're very expensive. They're upwards of $1 million to buy a new one. Terrible carbon footprint to smelt aluminium, which we didn't want to do. So I was actually in the little tea room at the Airstream factory, and I met a guy, Tim, who told me of the farmer that I hired that collected these caravans. So I said to Stefan, rent a car. Going to Northern Ohio, and literally I took it back and I crisscrossed the top of Northern Ohio for a couple of days, asking for garages and cafes. Eventually, 3 days later, I drove up to the farm where I met the Ruth brothers, and there were 13 of these caravans. I couldn't believe it, not that we owned them, but it felt like it at the time. So I got to know him. He was actually the deputy fire chief of a little town called Sandusky. So we had dinner with him, we spent time with him, he took us around in a fire truck, and eventually we managed to buy 7 of the caravans from him. So, and that's when the problems actually started. So I thought, let me bring them back to South Africa, and what I didn't realize is caravans are classified as motor vehicles. They're different motor vehicles, but they are. You cannot bring them into South Africa.
They've got to get them built right now.
Even if you have it, even if you pay import duty, you can bring them in. So I applied to the Institute of Trade and Commerce to get an import permit, and I was rejected 16 times.
Inspiration.
So I applied every week.
It's like, oh, come on, seriously, take this and clear out.
So I think it was on application number 17. Yeah. Well, I actually went to Caledon Square police station and I gave a sworn affidavit. First off, I phoned Mr. Pino at Arctic and I said, listen, I just want to bring them into the country. I'm going to get artists to decorate them. I'm going to put them on the roof of the hotel and I'm going to make a caravan park. You guys, I did shit in my time. So I went to Caledon Square police station, just up the road there, next to Mavericks. You know, Mavericks? And I did a sworn affidavit and I sent it to Arctic. At 10 o'clock the next morning I had the permit. But then I couldn't fit them in containers to South Africa. So I eventually found a ship that makes the C-class berth in East London. It goes to America, it comes back empty. So I put them in there and then I brought them to Cape Town and then I couldn't get a permit to put them on the roof. So early one Sunday morning, very, very early, as the sun rose, at 4 o'clock I lifted them onto the roof. I didn't technically have permission. So, but how do you explain this to the official of the city of Cape Town? So, I mean, once they were up, they came, they were really stressed. I said, take them down. I'm going to take them down. I don't want to go anywhere. So, yeah, so eventually we got them on the roof and it's been fantastic. Fantastic project, very challenging. But, you know, all those obstacles you overcome, if anyone else wants to do what you're doing or copy it, they've got to go the whole path. So everyone that you jump over, it's a barrier for someone else. That's a good thing. Excellent thing. More obstacles you face.
And then after that, you, what are the hotels? Old Biscuit Mill. Yeah, the regeneration of Woodstock.
Well, I guess at a similar time that I was building the Granddaddy, we couldn't really buy, to be honest, anymore in Long Street. There wasn't anything left for sale. So we thought Woodstock would be a fantastic area. And we saw this old building, which is now Old Biscuit Mill. It was really, really bad condition. Where the market is, I'm sure some of you have been to the market. Answer that. And where the market is was actually a tip lab. Many people don't know that. They were manufacturing tip there.
Nice drugs.
I tried to get rid of the guy. He chased me around the Biscuit Mill, threw me in a metal rod. It was tough at the time. And last week I saw a Rolls Royce there. Can you believe it? It's not Woodstock. So, you know, we thought Woodstock would be a great area. It's easy to get to. You can spray the northern suburbs, the southern suburbs, beautiful buildings, and it was the Biscuit Mill, which has really been a catalyst for.
You said it was quite a challenging project. Besides the tip lab, that must be. Also, another story about you guys bought property and they came to you and said that they want you to pay their protection.
Lovely to answer. And we don't engage with the gangsters, that's all the line and stuff.
So you just told them, and let you know?
I mean, we've had it in Long Street. Only once or twice I just say, I agree with you, fantastic, put it right, and I'll send it to head office. That's I'll support it. But, yeah, it's a one-way road if you stop it. So we'll never get more. You're only accountable to yourself in life. You know, you look at the mirror, you see yourself. That's who you're accountable.
So Woodstock Exchange.
Yeah, I mean, the Woodstock Exchange has been an amazing project. We've got a fantastic community of people there. Also a tough project, also a beautiful building. I couldn't actually believe people could see how amazing this building could be. Yeah, we bought that, fixed it up, we've got a great creative community in there now, and it's doing phenomenally well. It's home to, really is the creative heart of Cape Town.
And the parking issues?
Yeah, I mean, there are parking issues. I have an application thing with the city of Cape Town, my good friends. Called 300 car parkade, and I'm waiting for permission for that to be approved. group, and that will alleviate some of the parking, because it's very busy. But at the River Club, our recent acquisition, I have parked 2,500 cars. So I'm going to run shuttle buses from there. The people who can work at certain times and don't need their vehicles all the time, the buses will go over 10 minutes and actually alleviate parking in the area. So that's our plan.
And anything that we can do to help you, just leverage those guys to find
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. We've had amazing relationships with the city of Cape Town. We've had fairly tough relationships. We've got some proposals in for some fairly different projects, which I'm not sure if they don't
sulfur. How much sulfur? This is interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a mobile phone business. I don't sell anything in South Africa. I design my own mobile phones. So I've got about 6 or 7 mobile phones that I've designed in my own design field, but I only sell them in Africa.
E900.
Because the H11 is the latest one, but you won't see them in South Africa. About 3 years ago, one Christmas, my mobile phone was stolen 3 times. It's so hard, not again. Everyone had a phone, they wouldn't have to steal my phone. So I figured out a design phone for the masses. And we sell lots. We sell to the network, so we don't sell to individual shops. So it's a basic business. Mobile is fantastic. My long-term intention is not to sell handsets, it's to use handsets to launch software that goes on the handsets. And if I can put it on its source, and someone opens their mobile, switches it on with my software, whatever it is, I'm open to ideas. I haven't found one yet. But that's the long-term intention. Okay. It's a great business, I don't sell anything inside. One, because customers steal too much.
Really?
Yeah. I get our average 9% theft when I bring goods into South Africa. So I'm not interested. I love it here. It's an amazing place, it's fantastic. But I can't, we only make 10-11% margin. I can't give 9% to customers. So, and also the market here is very small. Very, very small. Africa, we're in an amazing position in South Africa that we've gateway to Africa. And Africa is fraught with difficulties to do business in Africa. And we can do it. It's difficult for people from Europe and America, so we need to capitalize on that. I mean, the top 3 growing economies in the world last year was Zambia, Mozambique, and Ghana. And the previous year, Angola was up there. It's on our doorstep. It's our neighbors. We must do business for them. So we are.
Okay, brilliant. And do you got often
not West Africa.
But we can understand that.
But I've got 4 kids now. I have 4 under 4. Number 3 was twins. So it's been a little busy. I had back there like a year ago. It's gone great. So it's a little difficult for me to travel, but I do occasionally. I go to do the trips to the Lesotho and some easy ones.
Give that a buzz.
That's easy. That country is amazing, amazing people, highly educated. They're using the US dollar. It's on our doorstep. Amazing minerals and resources. It's a great place to set a foundation to do business for the future.
Any trade, tell us about it.
Now, Paul can probably tell you a little bit more about it, but we also wanted to give back a little bit. So we set up, the Daddy brand's got a number of businesses. It's got Daddy Hotels, it's got Daddy's Deals, which I'm sure some of you know, which is an online flash sales site, Daddy's VIP World, Daddy's Daddy O, which is a serviced office, and Daddy's Dragons, which is an incubator, which is a business school. We teach people the practical realities of running a business, not what the accountants teach you in bullshit. Actual practical, how it works. You've got to get someone to take money out of their bank account, put it in your bank account, happily, repeatedly, otherwise you don't have a business. That's it. Simple as that. We need food, businesses need money. So it's as simple as that.
And how long has it been running?
Probably been going for about a year and a half now, year and a half.
Finding traction and getting on.
I mean, Daddy is full. It's full. Daddy's Dragons, and yeah, fantastic.
So then do you back, if I had an idea, I came to you and listen, I want you to back this up here. Is that something?
I would look at it, I prefer ideas that have made some revenue. Even a little bit. If someone's taking money, put it in your bank account, then I prefer to look at it. But we do look at private equity deals quite cautiously, as long as it resonates with you. must be, I've got three things. It must be fun. It's not fun, I'm really just I want to go to bed on a Sunday and think, oh, but you know, the next morning. So it must be fun, must be honest, and commercially feasible. If something's not commercially feasible and relies on shareholder money all the time, well, it's going to peter out after a period of time. So I will, if it meets those three requirements, that resonates with us.
Startup costs and actual getting the capital.
It's very difficult in South Africa. It's very, very difficult. But I don't think you always need. I think getting someone else's money is quite it's the most costly thing a business can ever do, giving away equity. If you believe in your idea and concept, get some revenue going, and maybe you don't need someone else's money. It feels good at the time, taking money from a third party, you cash bucks, and it's great. It's your most costly thing you can ever do. So, but it is difficult in South Africa.
Compared to London, or
London, I didn't have any money. I was living on the floor in the nurse's home. My wife's a nurse, a pediatric nurse. 400 other day. Sorry, there were three guys. No, it's okay. Fantastic guys. So I didn't have money there. But once you get revenue going, banking money is the most inspiring thing. In the process. So I think in a business, just don't focus all your energy and effort on trying to raise money all the time. Focus on your business, on getting your business going, making revenue, banking money. That creates excitement, gives you energy, and when there's energy somewhere, little cash flows in and you start getting going. There is a need sometimes for available capital, and I understand that. It's very tough in South Africa, very, very tough to get money.
What is
But
your
you can.
What is your most profitable
Property? No, well, 50-50 property and mobile phones.
Really? Okay. And
Property is a good business. You know, it's, if you buy property in good areas with good tenants and you look after them, our tenants really do need to do well. People underestimate the relationship between the landlord and the tenant. The tenant is integral to our business. They have to do well. So if they don't do well, it's our problem.
how do you find them?
We try to create a community. We try to create a place that feels good where people want to come to.
And then do you choose on the basis of what they're offering, or what
Yeah,
the
you know, what people don't know at the Woodstock Exchange is the first 9 tenants who applied are rejected. I didn't feel they would suit the community we're trying to create, and that's quite tough. You've got this bond every
I
month,
can see
you've
them.
got an empty building, you're just starting. They had 9 applications with deposits, and you say no 9 times. But you've got to create a community. People want to be there.
You've got to create the process.
Yeah, there's a lovely community.
And there's a lot of questions. How do you juggle the time between both of those?
I look at the cash flow. First, employ really good people and trust them to do their jobs. Even if they get it wrong, just trust them, empower them, trust them. Even if they get it wrong, it's a good thing. At least they try and they're making a decision. And always support that decision, even if it's wrong. You've got to tell them.
I know there's a lot of portfolios, so you'll have a lot of managers and other things. You need them to hire staff because you know you've got the right person. So that when you've got the higher level guys first, make sure that they're right. And then
That would have really worked in a hierarchy, like a quite a flat structure.
Okay.
You don't have secretaries and PAs. Everyone must be accessible and available all the time. We always try to hire the best people, and what I do every day is I look at the bank balances of every business. Each manager just prints out the bank statement and sends it to me. It's going up, it's cool. It's going down, there's a problem. It's as simple as that. What is profit and loss of that income statement? It's a lot of rubbish.
Yeah.
The account was produced, it relates to last year. What does it actually tell you? You need to know how much cash you got.
So just work with
Cash. We work on a cash
it's all
basis.
secret. Okay, how do you balance between being hands-on in every aspect of the business?
I'm not hands-on in every aspect of the business. So initially, I'll get very hands-on and then I'll hand over to someone who I believe is better than me. So, for example, the granddaddy, I bought the caravan park. I had my office on the roof for months, sat there, built it, got it going, drinking a few beers after 5, and she had a few. Be very hands-on. And then once it gets going, try and employ the best possible person and empower them and let them run. The same at Old McDaddy. When I built Old McDaddy, myself and my wife worked up there, a little baby, she was only 6 months at the time. And I literally did everything. It was like 40 towers. The first guest arrived, I remember that I ran down, grabbed his luggage, and I walked up to the reception, ran around the reception, checked him in, took him up to his room, came down to the bar, gave him a drink, took his order, ran him into his, but now I know what's going on. So I did that for 3 months, and then handed over. And I'm doing the same at the River Club. I'm on site, office there, just get it going. The energy.
How's the River Club?
Nice cooking.
What are your plans for the River Club?
Off the record, not that anything's off the record yet, but we've got a couple of plans. It's an amazing site, a big site, which was very run down. We built it. So I've broken it up into 3 phases. Phase 1 is fix up the golf. And the day I got there, I sat in the restaurant with a beer, and I looked up at the golf, and I saw everyone playing golf. 45 to 70-year-old white men. And I just thought, there's a problem. This is crazy. We've got to open it up for everyone. Men, women, black, white, pink, blue, fat, thin, I don't care. Anyone who wants to come and enjoy themselves. So we changed that whole mindset and philosophy. And they had 212 members. You know,
They've been running for
25 years.
Yeah, they've got 212.
So we're on
Did you take over?
1st of March.
First of all, this year. And you last take on
1,300. We've grown by about 250 a month. But if you provide a good service, it's also about attention.
How did you come? Give us some tips. How you
First, you've got to create a place where people want to come to. So we created nice facilities. I mean, we upgraded all the facilities. Brought on the whole sales and marketing team. And I let them develop their own businesses within our business. We got guys with salaries that quadruple, some up to 5 times what they were doing. They're running their own business within our business. And the more they make, it's great. I think it's fantastic for people around you.
So do you give like a share or a share to them?
Yeah, I think if someone wants to get good team, they'll invest with money.
So that's how do you work out the salaries and actually create the own business that put up the thing?
I put an incentive scheme in place. They all have a little profit center where they have costs and revenue, and whatever they make, they can half of it. And it works very, very well. So we upgraded the golf, we upgraded the conference facility, or the kids club, cater for kids, this type of business. Moms and dads come. Because it's hectic, man. Kids, you need somewhere to go, you need your kids for a while. So I've been to one, two. So we've got a lack of kids club, and we've got full-time, very well-trained primary school teachers that look after the kids. And yeah, that works very well. So that's phase 1. And then phase 2 is we've got Virgin Active coming in, sports science. We're building a running track and a walking track for the community. I know it's difficult for them to run all the size of the Atlantic seaboard, so it's not that safe. And then phase 3 is we've got apartments, school.
What are you looking on spending on these?
Total?
Phase 1,
Phase 1 is 50 million, phase 2 is 110 million, phase 3 is 1 billion.
1 billion. And how are you going to get the money back?
And we've done our numbers. So we'll we'll sell apartments, and we'll rent units out. And now the numbers stack up. So we've got the land fairly cheap. I mean, it's massive. It's from one point to the other is nearly a mile, 1.6 k's. It's a big piece of land. And surprisingly, a lot of people say, don't you have flooding issues? Don't have enough water. Can you believe? Because we want to make canals. So we're going to take the golf course and copy the top 9 in the world. And some of them are on big dams and bodies of water. We actually need more water.
So the flooding is going to...
Use the flooding, don't fight it. Divert the water, create beautiful canals, put houses on it, apartments. But I want to keep 80% of what you see green as green. So we don't actually own it, we only custom.
It's
You don't
not
have anything
a
about it, you only just own it.
It's not a green initiative.
I did it. I would love it. Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, as I say now, you're only a custodian of things while you're here. You actually own nothing. So you actually need to look after it. You can't take it with you. So you really have to protect the things that you're custodian of. So I want to hit 80% of the green as green. But at the same time, we can still put a good couple of 100 apartments, running tracks, commercial offices, golf course, drive manager, to Virgin. Yeah, so it's going to be an amazing project. It will take a good 3 to 4 years to put that all together. But it'll be fun.
What are the business tips? You got like 5, 10, 20 business tips?
Yeah, actually, I wrote a few of them now. I just thought I better do something.
It's one of our first things that come to play.
I told them that's some of my business tips. But hopefully, just if you can take one away with you, I think it'll be a good I mean, you need to surround yourself with people that lift you up. There's so many people out there that think they make themselves feel good by pushing you down. I don't know why they're out there. Just cut them. Don't associate with them. Only surround yourself with people who are positive, uplifting, pull you up. They feel good if you do well. And I'll take that to heart. Yeah, I mean, it's so important. There's a lot of people out there who will say, no, I cannot stand the word no. It does not exist. No, I can't stand that. People mustn't use that word. So I only surround myself with those types of people. That's very important to me. So that's one of my tips. And if you've got a really good idea or concept and you believe in it, just never give up. I mean, you're going to be told a lot of times that it won't work by a lot of people and there'll be red tape. But just push through. Don't quit. They're all obstacles. I mean, they're all obstacles for other people. And this works quite well. I've got in every business we have a rainy day account. My rainy day account, and every week I try to transfer up to 20% of whatever's in our main bank account to the other account, which I have to give 30 days notice on. So I can't just access it quickly. And that, because sometimes in business, sometimes you have good times, sometimes you have bad times. And I'm still battling with this, but I'm getting there. If you can get this one right, you're actually going to go the way. You must never take anything personally, ever. It's never, ever personal. If someone offloads onto you, 99.9% of the time it's their own issues. It's got nothing to do with you. So if you can not take things personally, I think you can go a long, long way. It's easy to say, it's quite hard to do. Tip number 5. I always empower my staff. I mean, we touched on this. I mean, even if a staff member does something wrong, 100% of the time it's my fault. It's always my fault. And that's all for you. I haven't recruited properly, which may be the case. I directed them properly, I trained them properly, but it's easy to blame other people, but you're only accountable to yourself. So I think I always empower staff to make decisions, support their decisions.
Do you run like courses for them and help them?
No.
Or pay for courses?
No, but we've got a complete open door policy. So
if they come in and if it's not.
As long as they don't make a meeting to see me, they must just walk in. I can't stand meetings. Meetings to talk about what? Just come in and talk. That's all about policy. The other tip then, a lot of people get this one wrong a lot. Never ever be greedy. There's actually enough out there for everyone. Just let someone else also make a profit. You don't need all the money in the world. You're going to be known as one day you'll die, or do you want to be known as the person that they walk past and spit on your grave? Do you really want that enough? You don't want to be known as a greedy old person. Let someone else do well. It's fantastic when people do well. It really is uplifting. And you must have fun. If you're not enjoying what you do, just stop doing it. Because I guarantee you one thing, you will die one day. That is a guarantee. So when you look back on your life, you want to just say, I had fun, I enjoyed what I did, took a chance. I tried, I might have failed, but at least I tried. You've got to try, otherwise you'll never know. You'll never ever know. And one of my other tips here is with websites and brochures, and at the end of the day, someone's got to see you. Don't spend hours on copywriting. That's an absolute waste of time. Not everyone speaks English, never forget that. So always be visual. Everyone knows the picture, I understand. Most people can see a picture, so always be very, very visual. Don't worry about the copywriting. And one thing that's very important in our business is we don't chip our cash. The business makes cash, it's reconciled, recon's done, it's banked, dealt with properly, you don't have to $100 out, $1,000 out, $5,000 out. Because that, as your business grows, if you do that, people around you see that happening, overnight it becomes a definite income. So, especially if anyone's in restaurants or bars, always do things properly. Because you'll get a honey quite quickly if you don't do that. And what else can I tell you? I think if I can give one tip, it's guys, you've got to try get clever. And I wouldn't actually worry too much about the Western world. We've got amazing opportunities in Africa. Use those opportunities. It's really an amazing, unique position. We must use it. So many people don't. We've got the highest growth economies in the world on our doorsteps. So whatever businesses you do, go for it. Partner there, find people, go there, just do it. And take a chance. Don't wait till you're 19 and have regrets. That's me.
Startup Grind has now been running in 9 cities across Africa.
Oh wow.
So it's a nice platform which you guys would like you guys to use to connect with people.
So we use Nigeria. Great one. Fantastic one. Ghana's been a fantastic one, but it's had a bit of a slump in the last 8 months. So that you can see where the new trends are going. So just focus on the high growth economies. Everyone wants to do business there. So,
some questions are,
yeah.
how did you come up with the brand? Is it the brand name?
Which brand?
Big Daddy.
Oh, Daddy brand. I was having a coffee with Nick one day. I was sitting next to Ernst Young, still my business partner, I'm still 50-50, and trying to think of a name for the hotel. We thought, Long Street Inn, backpackers on long, hotel on long, and Big Daddy Longlegs. I said, stop. That's brilliant. No one will ever forget the name Daddy Longlegs. And I wanted to have a brand, like the Daddy brand, because you never know which way your business is going to grow or progress. So don't be too specific. Don't call it the cell phone company. I mean, what if you start selling these little things? Are you going to call it the cell phone company? What's his name? Jaws. What if you start selling Jaws? You don't want to be too specific. So you need to have a brand. You need to have a brand that is dynamic, that can grow with your business as it grows. And Nick thought of the name, not me. And the Daddy brand, has grown, and we can migrate that into anything.
What is your take on corporate social
I do know what that is. I don't give monies to charities. We give things to charities. I audited many charities when I was in my good days, Ernst Young, and I saw how much money was soaked up through admin and salaries, and I can't stand that. So I don't give to charities. We started our own charity. If someone donates, we put in 10,000 rand. 10,000 rand goes into someone's tummy. So I don't want any salaries, no admin, no nothing. I think it's a good thing in principle, but I think for corporate just to say I'm giving X amount and I don't have to worry about the problem, I think personally, I think it's a bit of an opt-out. I think it's not genuine. But if you really want to help, there's other ways you can help. So we started our own charity, Feed Me Daddy, it goes well. Feeding moms and kids, it's on here too, not men. So let's get the backside and work. So our feeding scheme was did it at 6:45 in the morning. So all the guys would love us to come. So that's my view. So we run our own charity. It's a good thing, social investment, but we rather manage it and do it ourselves, and it's great.
Love the success stories, but do you mind sharing a spectacular property business failure?
Yeah, I mean we have had relative failures. I mean I lost all that money in shares, but what else have we failed on? We had a tea business. I don't know why. Our first rights to China. I actually pulled up and wants us to sell tea in China. Isn't that like saying all the tea in China? But, we had a tea business, Revolution Tea. Some of you may have did it. I guess I didn't put enough energy and effort into it. We worked really, really hard for 2 years and broke square, which is a failure. Because all that time, energy, and effort. So, but we had fun. The trips to America, and we went to see people, met great people. You only learn from failures. I think it's a good thing.
But if you broke square, well, that is a failure.
Yeah, that is, I guess, a relative business failure. What else? I was in recruitment about 15 years ago, a very difficult business. We were chatting about it earlier, and we made marginal amounts of money. It wasn't worth it. But you know what you need to do? If you realize you're in a business that's not actually making it, just cut it and move on. Don't sit and live in it constantly.
But you sold
I sold the Granddaddy.
the Granddaddy.
The hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. Because we operated at 94% plus occupancy. We had 4 bars, they were all full. The restaurant was packed. And it was 4 days before the World Cup. The consortium flew out from Belgium, their own jet. So I knew they had bucks. And they made us an offer. So I said to my wife, I just don't know what to do. She goes, well, how's the business going? And I said, operating with this occupancy, full packed. She goes, I think you might be at the top of where you can be. It's going to be very difficult to maintain that. So I went to the city of Cape Town. I just got all the stats. It took me an hour to make the decision. After that advice, all the new hotel rooms coming in on board over the next 2 years. Got forecasted tourism figures from Tourism South Africa. They're very accurate. I popped them on a graph and I saw it was going to be pressure on hotels. It took an hour. Let's sell. So we sold and moved on. I kept the brand and the name and the rights. It was a hard decision because I love the business. You can't get attached to things. People, sure, but not things. Things come and go in life all the time. So always get attached to people. Things don't matter.
Randolph at your house says, how do you feel about EVP theory?
I think there's a very real need to you've got to help uplift and empower people around you that haven't had the opportunities. So yeah, I think it's important. We always strive to do that. I don't give shares away for free. If people want shares, they must pay or make some type of sacrifice. I'm not going to just give, which unfortunately some culture of PE has developed like that. But I think it's important that there's a need to uplift and empower. We're all here to help build up South Africa.
Yeah.
So let's do it, not fight it. So
I know it's nice we're talking to somebody that was saying that we mustn't just stop building bridges or stuff, actually make it possible.
no, let's do it.
Go for it. We got a question away. Yes.
Thanks for the old-fashioned way. Okay, so River Club, just a question: did you buy that from an existing deal with the tenants trying to place, or
No.
it was all future planning? You went and got the loan.
I don't have it yet. I will have it soon. It's actually a leasehold from Transnet. It's a 75-year leasehold. A lot of people in South Africa don't understand the term leasehold yet, but if you go to London, it's 90% of the properties in London are actually owned by the Lord Mayor. I don't know the Lord Mayor is, and the Queen under leasehold. So we've got 75 years left. For me, that's ownership. Just like talking about 80. So I didn't buy it with any rights. So the minute we bought it on the leasehold, it's a registered leasehold in the lease office. I engaged with top planners and professionals, and we should have the rights within the next 6 to 8 months. It's not a guarantee, but I know what it will. We won't quit.
Guys, prepare your questions. We are going to ask one or two to the audience, the old-fashioned way. It's nice to have the interaction. So, okay, last question. Well, the startup fact is, Jody, when is your biography coming in? It's will certainly be a sellout.
We only just started. There's so much more to do here, so we'll give that some time. I'm not very much an ego person. Egos are a bad thing in business, actually. At the end of the day, if you look at the very successful business people, most of them are absolutely amazing, down-to-earth people. A few, excuse my language, also it's pretty few, but they're few and far between. Most people who make are actually really nice, down-to-earth people, and they're not really interested in that sort of thing. They have egos, so I don't think they will be.
Any other questions? Yes. My team wants that. Want to go to all next day? All back there? Oh, that one.
Yes. We can do a business plan. That's so much better than business
I will have to do next year because we're fully booked.
That's focusing on business, right? Any other questions?
We actually have no vacancies, actually, to be honest. But we can do next year's.
We can have business party in May, that's all.
Christmas in winter. That's a good idea. Imagine people in snow machine. Snowing in winter. It's a very, very good idea. Good. Does anyone know anyone with a snow machine?
Copyright startup grind.
Great idea.
Startup grind in winter.
Okay, just sitting on the snow and like that. That would be good. Great idea.
There's a question, yes. We're on microphone.
No, I just have to find out in terms of the business plan, how important is it right from the beginning, and did you actually have a proper business plan, or do you reckon you can just wing it from the beginning?
I've never done one in my life. Yeah, I mean, you can write anything down, make any spreadsheet, say anything. And I go with my gut feel. And I don't think gut feel is just this random thing. I think gut feel is a combination of all your experiences you've been through, whatever you've learned, whatever you've studied, blending them conscious, subconscious, everything, you make a split decision, and 99% of the time it's right. So I don't think it's a random thing. I think gut feel is actually experience. So I've never done a business plan. I've seen lots, but I'm not really too interested in them. I don't have time to sit and write a lot of detailed business plans that may or may not it comes to SWOT analysis. I'm really not interested. To be honest.
It's not the time that it just chomps away.
It's not my thing.
Jody, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Is there any more questions? Just before we begin. Which one is first, second, or last one? Words of wisdom to complex really bad. Come on, corporate skills.
Well, I think when you look back on your life, you must be happy with what you've done. If you're not happy being in the corporate world, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It's hard. It's tough. Now, it's easier to be in a job. It wouldn't be for me. From an employer role, it's words of wisdom. If you're not happy, just don't. Get out of there and do something different. At the very least, it will make you feel alive, even if it doesn't work. You'll have a good time.
What? Okay, Jody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you get to get one of these rules of fish.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go, it's all yours. There we go, come on. There we go. No. You keep speaking about fun and later. You want to see the journey with even the kids, but please give it to them before they tear it to pieces.
I'll take them up Africa and I'll send pictures back. I'm going to China at the end of next week to Shenzhen.
We actually did have one event missing into the national park. It disappeared, but we actually, I think I did find it. We found it. It was a fish. We did find it. He came home. Okay, excellent. We have a choice competition. Are you ready? Oh, no. Okay. Okay, sure.
Yes, so thanks everyone for your tweets tonight.
I think I need this. Can anyone hear me now? Okay, so thanks everyone who tweeted tonight. We were trending in Cape Town again. Woo, woo. So there were tons of really amazing tweets, especially from all the amazing insights that Jody was giving us. Just to highlight a couple of few of them. So we always say, start young. Investments are not devoted to age discrimination. You're never too young to start. Really important. A lot of us out there go, are we quite ready to start? We just need to jump in, go for it. I think that's something we all learned tonight. Thanks so much. And then Andrew Price also said that every hurdle you jump on your way to success is one a potential competitor must jump to. Barriers to entry can be your friend too. So just because someone else is doing it, just go for it. You never know what can happen at the end of the day. And then the winner tonight is Fiona. Fiona said, where's Fiona? Business must be fun, honest, and commercially viable. And I think that's what we're all here to do at the end of the day. So well done, Fiona.
Right, you get to win a prize at 2 years. One month at Daddy Low and 1 day in the board.
After we get the
And then we've got the bean competition. So how many people? Okay, so bean branch, guess how many beans win the job?
So many people got it wrong. So many people were no stress. And I think someone cheated.
Okay, so one.
Awesome quizzes. Where are you? And how did you guess 1,180?
Well done. You get a 1-ounce plate, all that ready. But it includes breakfast and wine. You do have availability. There you go. That's really cool, Francis. Okay, now we've got 2 drawers here. Here we go. Okay. Oh, have you guys put business cards there? Okay, while it's busy going around.
Yo.
You need to meet this man.
No. I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Lost Okay, guys, while we're waiting in the meantime, on the 20th of November, Bookmarker date, we're going to be speaking to Richard from Madame Cigar. He's the guy that started that. He's the visionary. And he's pretty money, so it's going to be off the wall guys. Okay. So it's on the 20th of November. The tickets are already on sale. And you can go find them on our website. It's going to be sitting etc. Okay. Yeah. There's a big one over here, isn't it? That's a good cheese, actually. Okay. There we go. Go to the bottom. Okay. WizCreated.com. ZR. Where's ZR? That's it. You get to win a 1 month unlimited golf membership at the the Old Press Juice. Skinny Juice Company. The 1 night stay at Indigo. Guys, please the winners. Can the winners please meet with Jackie? Jackie, stand up for this. Please meet with us so we can get your details and follow up, etc. Okay, guys, thank you very, very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all your amazing insights. 20th of November is our next event. It'll be the last one for the year, and then after that, holiday in December. If you're going out, there's some drinks. There's might be some food, but I think that was pretty polished off. Put your lanyards over the coach rack, the white hat rack outside. It's at 9 o'clock. We are going to draw for them, and they're going to get to win this 2,000 Rand worth of watch. Yeah. So please put that there. Cool. That's it. Guys, bring some music and you guys enjoy your evening. Good.